How's everybody doing? First of all, welcome to everybody that's here already, and thanks for joining today. Quick check, can you guys hear me okay? Have we got good level? Is everybody good? Is everybody good? Night from Indonesia. You guys are just getting started. Today you're gonna be up all night, I'm sure. Don, what's up? Harlan's here, audio's good. All right, we're off to a good start already. And today we have a very, very special guest. Continuing the theme of special guests here on Shred Club. So I'm really excited today. You guys already know. You guys must know who is the special guest. Let me see in the chat if you guys know his name. Let me see it. Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Who can get there the quickest? Who can make it happen? Who's got it? Everybody's scrambling. Okay, that's it. That is right. Ergo was the quickest. Andre, that is the man. Harlan's on it. Yeah, Twitch is by far the fastest. Twitch is like rapid. Zoom, light speed. Nice. Before we get started as well and bring our special guest in, Sammy over on Facebook, hey, what's up? If you're commenting on Facebook, YouTube, or my Twitch channel, I can see all of those comments coming in. I can see them nice and big on my screen. I have a huge display that's dedicated just to your comments, so it's super easy to get your question answered, hopefully. I imagine there's going to be quite a few of the questions, so if I miss them, apologies. But certainly for now, we're on track and I can read all those comments nice and easily. So that makes a change because normally it's a little bit difficult to do that. First of all, before we bring in the guest, thank you to everybody that has streamed the latest McRocklin and Hutch track, Waiting for the Right Time. We were really, really proud of this track, and we spent a lot of time just trying to make it sound as good as possible, and you guys have been absolutely helping us out and streaming it like crazy. So please do continue and leaving the track on loop and just playing it. It really helps us out a lot. We'd love that track to go on to get playlisted on a bigger playlist. At least 500 of the streams were from me. King Octavius is absolutely smashing the streams. But no, that means a huge amount to both me and Hutch. So thank you guys for really showing your support with that track. I hope you love the track. I think due to the popularity of that solo, this week on School of McRock, I'm going to do a solo breakdown. The backing track, the tab's going to be included. So look out for that on schoolofmcrock.com. And don't forget, you can check that out for 14 days free. Hello from Indonesia. Hi back to you. Hey, watching here just to watch my teacher. Oh wow, so Andre has one of his students on here as well. So how amazing is this? Joe Blackford is on as well. So we got guys from all around the world with us today. Where's the dojo? No, this is Shred Club at home. It's a little bit more chilled. You know, I can sit and relax for a little bit, you know, but don't worry. Regular Shred Club will resume very, very soon. JP's asking, Thomas, those pickups I'm in love with. Where can I find them, please? Yeah, those pickups, more details very, very soon. In fact, once this stream is finished, I'm going to call our guys over at Fishman and talk a little bit more on that, because you are not the only one asking about those pickups. Yes, everybody's commenting on those now. Dojo is in construction. That is right. Expect some mad changes to Shred Club once we return. But for now, I'm enjoying this relaxed pace. It is nice. And but today we'll have a bit of relaxed pace, but we're going to get to some serious shred, some serious jam. I've heard a little bit of the backing tracks that Andre's got for us today. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Do you record with that Victory amp or aux or no? Most of the time, I just like the sounds that I've put together using my Neural DSP software, which is what I'm using right here. And then I have a different sound. You know, I've got the Gojira. and I've got the Corey Wong, so I'm like fully hooked up and sounding, I'm really happy with those sounds right now. So I have used that in the past, and don't get me wrong, that is a fantastic sounding head, and I love that head with the precision drive in front of it. But at the same time, oh boy, do these neural DSP plugins sound good. And it's got to the point now, it's like, do I fire this big complex rig up, or do I just load my favorite patches? So it's a difficult one. But before we geek out too much, let's geek out with our special guest today. So I'm going to turn on his audio. Andre, can you give us a little 1-2 over there?
Hello there.
All right, let's bring him in.
All right.
Let's all give Andre a very, very, very warm welcome, all the way from Indonesia. Here we go. There he is.
All right, how are you guys? How are you friends in the Shred Club?
Look at that. So your camera's looking a little bit different to earlier, but I don't know if that's a buffering thing. It seems like it's not quite as crisp, but we'll see how that goes.
I think while it goes, right?
There we go. Look at that. So before we even get started then, I've been meaning to ask you, but I haven't gotten around to asking it yet. What guitar is that?
So this guitar is it's from a brand that is called Bacchus. It's a Japanese brand.
Okay.
And I'm endorsed by the company, and they make a prototype of my would-be model, I think. So,
oh wow! All right.
Also,
okay. So we got some really cool things to come from you then on that.
Hopefully it'll be crisp again. The
oh yeah, I think that's picking up. That's looking a bit better. Yeah, that's looking sharper.
So
it's Bacchus. Okay, yeah, and I love that. It's kind of like a modern take on a T style.
Yeah, it's a T style body with a Floyd.
Right, nice. That's a good combination. And what pickups are you rocking in that guitar?
So this is like the custom Bacchus pickups that they want from me, and also, so it's like the same specs, I think.
Right, nice. We need to get some Fishman Fluence in there, right? That's it. You can't you can't put that model into production until we have Fishman Fluence in it now.
That a couple of times.
Yeah, the Fluence stuff is absolutely killer. It changed the game for me. Pez, what's up, buddy? What is up? Okay, let me change a few things over here. Right. So first of all, Andre, thanks for coming on to the stream. We've been
Thank you for having me.
Friends on Instagram for a little while. I remember, I think I just came across one of your clips playing, and I was like, damn, that was like just such an awesome style.
Thank you.
So where did that style come from? It's like, how did? Well, in fact, let's not even go there. Let's go back to how long have you been playing? I read it's like you started around about 14 years old or something like that. It's quite young.
Yeah, it's not quite as young as you started, I think. But I started picking up the guitar at around 13, and then it's just like a gibberish thingy, like strumming and things, and starting to learn professionally at the age of like a year after that, like 14.
Okay.
And then I got my first teacher, my great guitar teacher, that is a rock star here in Indonesia, called the name Rido Hafitz from the group Slang. And he taught me really, really well about the basics, and from there I picked up and went to music college when I was around 18. So that started.
Okay, I'm seeing here his teacher is my all-time guitar hero. So when you say rock star, I mean, this guy has a lot of respect, I can see already.
Rido Hafitz, Rido Slang we call here. The group is one of the biggest rock band here in Indonesia, called Slang. So he's the one that I'm really grateful to be like his teaching for me, from the start. So thank you for teaching me from the start, from the beginning, because I didn't know at all about licks and stuff before I knew him. So
Right.
yeah,
So
from
he
then
really
on,
did play a big part in getting you kind of to the level where you could start to find
Yes.
your own identity on the guitar and become your own kind of player, because I feel like
Yes.
you have a very unique sound.
Thank you.
And it's great. It's really refreshing. And even when we did this video together, like you started playing some licks, and I was like, oh, that's really fresh sounding. It's really cool. And so we've got to hear some of these licks in a little bit. Love me some McRocklin Steph S over on YouTube. Thank you. And today we have Andre on the stream as well. So guys on YouTube and Facebook on the Fishman channels, welcome. Today we have a very special guest from Indonesia. Andre is here with us today. And Harlan, I wonder if we can make sure that Andre's social links are on the bots, so everybody can take a moment to check out Andre's socials. That would be awesome. So what platform do you mainly focus on? Do you have like a favorite? Instagram,
Well,
YouTube? What's
yeah,
your platform of choice?
I think in Indonesia, it's Instagram is one of the major stuff, and the second platform I'm using and still uploading is on YouTube as well.
Okay.
And because of you hooked me up to Twitch also. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm starting Twitch as well. Learning from
Twitch is
from
great. I mean, it's great to hang out like this, and it's perfect for live streaming. So I definitely think we need more of Indonesia on Twitch for sure. You know, it's like
for sure.
it's a great live streaming platform, and we've got a really cool Discord community. So if anybody's watching and they want to come hang out with us after the show, it's totally free to join. It's the Discord link below, and we have different channels for all kinds of things. You know, challenges to your gear to solo competition submissions, all the things. That's a lot of fun. So definitely take a moment to come join us over there. So I also read something that I found really cool. Your first guitar, did I get this right? You got your first acoustic guitar for something like just a couple of dollars, like $3 or something like that. Is that right?
I think it's like a quid.
About a quid, yeah, in the UK.
Yeah, it's like a quid, less than a quid.
Oh, you've got the UK slang down. That is it.
Yeah, man. It's less than a quid, so it's like that's when I started, because before I was a gamer. Like when I was growing up, Atari was big and Nintendo was big, so I'm like the gamer stuff. And then one time my cousin was playing guitar, and there's this rivalry, like cousin rivalry. I want to learn guitar as well, but my mom said, I think you're not too serious about guitars because you have to learn school as well. So she got me this little acoustic guitar. It's called Osman here in Indonesia. It's like less than a quid. So from there on, I was like hooked up to the guitar. It's like, okay, I'm gonna be a guitar player for the rest of my life and playing music. So yeah, it's so cool.
That's awesome. And also, I mean, I think also just knowing that your acoustic guitar was not an expensive guitar, but you still kind of got through, because I think a lot of people, they feel like, oh, I haven't got, a Fender or a Kiesel or an Ibanez, but really, if you have an inexpensive guitar and your action is really high, you can still do some really cool things, and maybe lower the action and try and get it to play as good as possible. But mostly it's just about just doing it and playing it and just getting through those early stages, and getting to the point where your fingers are starting to become stronger, so you can play scales and chords and stuff. Right. Yeah.
Because it was high. It was like electric pole high, the action, and I have to push it really hard. You know the feeling about it's like the neck is like fighting you, and then when you got your second guitar that is better, I think it's good to play scales and whatnot to be better. You know what I mean? Like that is helping.
Yeah, absolutely. Andre, I think you need to just give us a little rip of that guitar. I mean, you know, it looks so damn good. Let's hear a few licks just to give everybody a little bit of a teaser of what's coming up, because we're going to be jamming. Oh, look at that. Sounds great. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. I think the audio was breaking up a little bit, and then I'm moving the camera around. But maybe it was your shred licks that had everything moving around.
I think it's like pushing the air of the speaker.
I think so.
Pardon me.
I think so. Wow. Okay. So it looks like your camera's just buffering a little bit there again, but we'll keep with it. Damn. Okay. That's. I don't even know if I want to play now,
Thank
Andre.
you.
That's
No, man.
That's awesome. So, one thing I wanted to ask you this question, and I love these stories of where you begun and where, you know, how did you start playing, and how, you know, early days, how did you get to that next level and stuff. And I read one thing here, and I thought it was really, really cool. Did you learn some chords from a delivery driver? Is that a thing? Were you like, did you find out somebody's like, oh, he plays guitar and you're a delivery driver, but teach me some chords? Is that a thing? Is that what happened? Or
so it's my chauffeur. So my dad was in the military, so he got a chauffeur, and the chauffeur is the first person who taught me about bare chords like G and D and A without ever knowing any theory about it, just like playing some pops, old pop songs with it. So that's my foundation, my point of starting to to learn about guitars from that on. So every morning when while was waiting for my dad, he taught me like about G and A and E, and then the day after, okay, an F or a D.
Got you.
That.
That's awesome. So yeah, it's just about kind of identifying, just being aware, isn't it? Like, hey, but yeah, that's like, I wonder like how that first came about, like, you know, yeah, finding out. How did he find out he was a guitarist? Like, did he bring his guitar to the car when he was doing his chauffeur job, or how?
So the funny thing is that when he knows from my mom that I was having a guitar, he was like excited. Oh yeah, I can play a little bit guitar to teach Andre some chords. Oh okay, that'll be nice. Like my mom said, and then wittingly I asked for him to, can you teach me one chord? Okay, starts with the G. It's not the A. It's not the all A, but we were starting on the G, and then the D, and then the C with this. Started with that 3 chords.
Amazing. You know what I think we should do? We should do a little bit of a jam. Your connection looks like it's pretty solid right now. And before it breaks up, why don't we do a little bit of, I don't know, did you have a track that was in G minor or something like that? How's that sound?
Yeah, let's start with this G minor, okay?
All right, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. You first?
Okay. If I must.
If I must. All right, let's do this.
with the internet, with the connection.
So cool.
Oh my god. Tabs,
Oh
no
my
Gypsy,
God.
there's no tabs. So this is just, oh my goodness, dude. Wow,
Oh my
okay.
goodness, dude.
Yeah, Joey's got it right. Professional guitar champions. Oh my.
Oh my.
That was some serious shred, Andre. Wow.
Oh. You too, mate.
Damn.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that warmed
So-
me up. That warmed me up.
Warm me up again also. How's the chat? Like everybody's like
Yeah, so we got
Rocking
wow,
out?
tabs available, so sick. That was epic. Eargasm, amazing guys,
Oh, my.
superb. Hydrate after that one, yeah. So epic playing. So we're gonna do some
Thank
more
you.
shredding and playing in a little bit. It was interesting because your internet was a little bit chopping out, but it sounded like we had a guest DJ kind of sort of scratching and stuff. Commando, Yo McRocklin, and Andre. Welcome, Commando.
Okay.
Wow! So,
That's really nice. That's so refreshing. That's like
yeah, everybody loved that, but nobody loved it more than I did. That was fantastic.
me too.
Yeah, I'm not sure, Holland, but maybe it's a Wi-Fi thing. Maybe you've got how many people's in your house are streaming YouTube right now or watching this on there? That
Yeah, I think that's everybody's like in the back's like watching also. I gotta text them that to
yes,
pause
get
them.
them on that. Get them on WhatsApp and tell them turn it all off, Andre. This shred needs to have full bandwidth, full control. Yeah, that's right, Ollie. I was not. I didn't when we did sound check. I think we just did sound check. We just made sure everything was working okay.
Right.
But like and then Andre comes on and lets full shred out and just rips my face right
like-
off my face.
Oh,
Where are you gonna rip the face off from otherwise?
but I gotta tell you, that sweep of yours, that sweep is like killer. Like,
And I'm trying to I felt like yesterday I pulled a little tendon up my wrist, so I'm trying to just not get too carried away and push it too hard. But that was great. So
that's great.
let's catch up with the comments and see if you have any questions for Andre. Do pop them in the chat. We can read all the questions that's coming in on Facebook, YouTube, and obviously the Twitch channel. So let's catch up with that chat real quick. And whilst I do that, Andre, is it true you jammed with Paul Gilbert and Andy Timmons. Is that right? Is that?
Yeah, well, it's true because they were having this Asian clinic tour here when, like, back in the day, like 2004, when I started, and 2000.
Oh, it's just buffering a bit there. There we go. We got you back.
All right. Oh. So it was, they were having this clinic tour around Asia around 2000 and 2004. And then I got the chance to jam with Paul Gilbert at the first of his Asian clinic tour in 2000. And then at 2004, I met Andy Timmons in his clinic tour. So, and I was invited to play the jam, and it was an honor and humble to see my all-time heroes as well. I think
that's awesome.
I think you saw them a couple of times at NAMM, I think, right?
Yeah, and NAMM's great for that. We had a bit of a hangout somewhere after NAMM was closed one evening, and we had like Mexican food and stuff, and Andy was there and a bunch of other guitarists. And I guess that's one of the real fun things about NAMM is it's the sort of hangouts and the chills and the stuff that you do after the show, where it's a little bit more kind of, well, sometimes a little bit more chilled, but we also went to some shows and stuff as well. But yeah,
right.
It's
cool.
It'll be fun when NAMM kind of returns back to its normal buzzing kind of self. I mean, obviously there was like an online version of NAMM.
Yeah,
this
I
year.
saw it like last week. Last week, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Really.
and really really cool. Some really nice stuff happened. But I think NAMM for me, it's all about that interaction, meeting maybe the fans of some of the brands that you deal with and stuff, and get to see them in person. Yeah, it's what.
Hopefully
really
next year, right, Thomas? Like, next year I can be coming to NAMM and we will meet as well.
Oh, you plan it? Yeah. If you're there, I'm there. Yeah, but we'll maybe have to do
Hopefully
a jam somewhere at NAMM.
Yeah, at NAMM. Yeah.
That would be amazing.
That'll be fun. That'll be fun. So, what guitar is you using right now? The model, the Vader?
I'm like absolutely all about the headless, and I think a lot of people, when they see a headless guitar, they haven't tried a headless guitar. They don't know how it feels and stuff, and just how just super comfortable you are. Like, I'm sitting here with this guitar like here, and I can sit like this, and I'm like, I can be programming or mixing and quickly go. So they really feel just so comfortable to play. So this particular guitar is this is a Kiesel Osiris, and it's got the Fishman Fluence Tosin set in this, 5-way switch, trem. Now I actually don't always use the trem bar. How do you tune a headless? It's tuned right here at the bottom, so you use other tuners. But yeah, really really cool.
What scale is it, Thomas?
25.5, so it's normal scale length.
25.5.
Yeah, and
such a beauty.
Nice roasted flame maple on this guy.
Look at that.
Yeah, as you see, kind of over there, there's a bunch of guitars, like my main headless guitars that I play. But over there, there's another rack of like guitars that have headstocks on. So.
But I'm digging the blue one though, the blue one with the headless one.
Oh yeah. I mean
the S style, I think.
Yeah, it's more like a Strat style, right? Yeah, this is a great guitar.
Right.
Like
I love the blue. It's like a popsicle. It's like you wanna chew it.
Yeah, it's got this like chrome finish. And this one has the Fishman USB charger for the pickups, which is great. Also has a flamed roasted neck on this one. Flame maple, really cool with a royal ebony board. So just a really really tasty guitar. I like this one a lot. This is the same model that Hutch from my band also has, except his is Lambo orange.
Oh.
Because he thinks.
Do you love the color, like what, like 80s style color?
Yeah. Well,
glittery,
I think he thought 80s style. That's one thing, but I think he thought Lambo orange is gonna make him play faster. What do you think, guys? Do you think Hutch's Lambo orange keys will make him play faster? I mean, he certainly loves the guitar, and it has Fishman Fluence classics in it, which sound amazing as well. So, yeah, show the Type X. We'll get the Type X out maybe in a bit. That's a very, very cool guitar. It's almost glowing, that guitar. So,
oh yeah, I saw it before.
Yeah. So some of the gear then, what like your tone in the studio monitors here sounds great. What do you use for your tone? You know.
Well, right now I'm using the Neural DSP Nolly.
Oh, okay. So you're also rocking some DSP stuff, right? Neural DSP.
Yeah, I'm digging the DSP stuff. Like as I tried the Nolly, it's like blow me away. Like
Yeah.
you see, it's like full of and it's very. I think it's very dynamic. You know, like if you, it's like if you.
Oh, that is nice. So was that your actual gain sound then?
Yeah, well, not. It's. I think the gain is a little bit halfway.
Okay.
Right, and then just to back it up a
Yeah.
bit for the cleaner stuff.
Oh wow. Yeah, that
so,
does sound fantastic.
I love your sound as well. Is that what? Is it the Nolly as well, or what?
Right now, so my main gain sound is based around the Granisphere, so that's what I'm using. And it's funny, I tried that plugin when it first came out, but I don't think I give it quite enough time because back then I was also using the Nolly and the Pliny and stuff like that. But then recently, a couple of months back, I started using the Granisphere for my Shred Club stuff, and it sounds really, really, really great. I love it. And then I use the new Gojira for my sort of secondary sound, like this sound.
Yeah.
And I have an expression pedal.
For the pitch, right? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I love
I gotta
that.
try that one.
Really fun. Just really, really fun stuff. And then using the Corey Wong.
Oh.
There we go. So yeah, lots of different sounds, but I dialed some different sounds with the Kali recently, but I didn't save the set. I was like, damn it. So, but yeah, for all of this stream and like 99% of the McRocklin and Hutch stuff, I'm so impressed with it, the Neural DSP stuff, that I just go with them by default, and it sounds great. Everybody loves it.
That is the thing. I'm also stoked about it. When you plug it in without ever to tweak that in like a minute, you got a great tone, right? The default.
Absolutely. Yeah. So both me and Hutch are using it, and love it. And the fact that they've got things like Quad Cortex coming and stuff like that. It's going to be even more fun, So it seems like they're really, really pushing things forward. Really, really cool.
Yeah.
Does it flutter? It definitely flutters. Yeah, the Corey Wong's great as well. So that stuff, I mean, I presume you're probably a little bit like me, where you just have accumulated a lot of gear that ends up looking cool in the studio, but a lot of the time you just plug straight into your audio interface.
Yeah,
but
the
do
thing.
you also like, you like gear, right?
I'm a gearhead, I think.
That's me and you both. So what we
yeah.
got there, is that
So this is my Bradshaw rack back in the day.
Okay. It kind
It's,
of reminded me like one of the Marshall power amps and stuff, right?
Yeah, this is the power amp, the Marshall power amp, and this is the number one rack that I have. It's a wet rig. So basically, it's based on a custom audio 3+ preamp. And if you see here, we got a Lexicon PCM70, Mod Pro, a Bradshaw routing,
Wow.
and then all goes into a line level signal to the stereo to the 9100 Marshall.
Okay.
And sometimes the mono into this custom audio. This is a P-Tor model, and I'm digging it as well. Like back in the day, I bought it, and
Wow.
and then I met P-Tor, and I said, can you like this is your I use your amp,
Yeah.
and still using it right till today.
Amazing.
So, but nowadays, the one that you told me, plug it in, and
It's kind of sad, you know. It's kind of sad in a way, you know. But at the same time, it's also amazing because, you know, like we jump in and out of songs, like my band McRocklin and Hutch, and we might be recording a solo for one song, and then a month later we're doing something else, and we can load it back and, you know, go back and tweak it, and, you know. And it's the same with software mixing, you know. Back like 15, 20 years ago when I was mixing songs with boards and stuff, I had like 40 U of outboard equipment, and
I can imagine.
I love tweaking it. It was great inserting everything on the desk and getting really kind of involved with the setup, but I'm not missing it, you know, now, especially now that computers have enough power to power big mixers.
Especially I love about the DSPs, like, I don't know if you do like use it too, like the delays and the reverb is like, the verb is like very big, but it's not cloudy into your notes, you know what I mean? Like you know, when you do shred stuff like that, it's still the tone is still there, you know. But it's, they got this white cloud thing that's very.
I love
delicious.
your pick attack. Your pick attack sounds so
thank you.
damn good. So what picks are you using?
So this is my custom pick that this company in Indonesia that made me. It's like basically it's a carbon pick. It's like a 1 millimeter pick. The thing about picks, I was using a very heavy gauge of pick, but since I also do session work, so some of the producers said it's too, you know, too heavy. So I'm using the medium. I think this is medium gauge, like a 1 millimeter pick.
Okay.
So I can strum, but I can shred out like. But I still can do like that, you know.
Nice.
So this is my favorite pick.
That is awesome, man. Such sweet.
What pick gauge do you use? Like
I
like
use a
heavy
1.0 Dunlop Flow, and I've been with that model for about, I guess, about a year or so now, and it really works for me. I guess it's that balance of, it has a little bit of flex, but it's got the tightness. Chili's saying it sounds like nines. And what gauge of strings is that you're playing, Andre?
It's a tens. 10 to
okay,
46.
So really, you're going. You must be really powerful then. You're a powerful man.
Oh my God, no. Well, I was starting playing electric guitar on 12s. That's the reason.
Okay.
And now I'm still using gauge 13 on acoustics.
Okay.
And then I lower down to 10s.
All right.
now.
So, you know, when I play acoustic, you know, I play 10s. I'm a girl.
10.
I'm a girl. I'm playing light strings. I'm a wussy. No, I mean, damn.
No.
10s on electric. I mean, yeah, I have a Strat style guitar, Kiesel Delos, and I have 10s on that, and I do really enjoy playing that. But I
The
also,
black one, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Oh yeah, that's a big one.
I really like that
killer.
guitar, and it sounds great. But at the same time, like, I like to bend so much, and I have so much like different bends that I do, and sometimes I bend with my first finger, and I kind of really like having like all those different options. So if I'm like, you know, if I'm like shredding, and I might do like bends like that, or even bend with my fourth, and I just like having my first finger like not, you know, being stressed by the strings, you know. And plus I get like, you know, pains and stuff really easily, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stick with 9s. It works.
This is nice.
Yeah,
this is
but
tense.
yeah, you're a beast.
It's just like I'm used to it maybe because I'm using 1.5 bends like this. Like you have to. You know, because of I used to it in the heavy strings. You know.
That's a great sounding lick. What brand of strings do you use? Slayer's asking.
I'm using labella strings
Okay.
right now. The rock and roll bender, they said.
Rock and roll.
It's like
band,
10 to
okay.
46. Regular.
Yeah.
I don't use coated strings. I don't know why. My ear hears something plickety thing.
You don't.
So,
You're not a fan.
Are you using coated strings as well?
I'm mixing it up a little bit. So this guitar is using NYXLs, but I recently restrung my Blue HD on stream on Twitch here, and that has the D'Addario XTs, which are coated. So kind of depends. I mean, overall, I think the NYXLs are amazing strings. But if you know, maybe you're streaming a lot or you're in hot lights and stuff like that, I feel sometimes the coated strings can like help with those situations where you're getting hotter quicker than usual and you want them to feel nice and kind of slick. You know, if you're on a tour, maybe, you know, in that situation, there might, you know, smoke machines and stuff. That can really like bog your strings down really quickly. But yeah, convert him to use YXLs, Holland saying.
Do you cut the ball or like that's the double ball and
no, just regular guitar strings. And that's the really cool thing with these headless guitars is you just use regular guitar strings and they just kind of get cut at the top. And so, you know, just regular strings works good. So there's no like double ball ends or anything like that or anything weird. Just regular strings. Andre is endorsed. Oh, so is it labella strings, yeah?
Yeah, I'm
You're endorsed for those guys?
Yeah, and the distributor here hooked me up to labella, and I got the trying the rock and roll bundle, and I'm loving it, and also the 13s. That's really good.
Awesome. There we go. So good bit of information coming from chat there. Yeah, if there's more facts and stuff that I should know, definitely keep those comments coming, guys. And thanks for is it Neno Wine for subscribing? That is amazing. Thank you. And don't forget you can subscribe with your Amazon Prime if you're an Amazon Prime user. Subscribe for free. Okay, so I think we should maybe just blast another track.
Right.
I don't know. Have you got anything a little bit more funky and chilled or mellow? Because I mean, you're still gonna blast like crazy. I know this, Andre. You know, you've got those licks. You've got those licks. What you've got?
Let's start funky. That's right.
You got something funky. All right. Let's do that.
All right. Let's do that. Okay. Here you go.
Yeah, let's jam out on that. Let's do some chords at the end there. Let's keep that going.
Right. Yeah.
Right on, man. That was awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Damn. That went on for much longer than we thought, but that was great. We've got to do a track together, man. We've got to make that happen.
We got to make that happen, for sure. Whoa, how's the stream friends? Are they good?
Let's have a look. Let's catch up. Let's see what's going on. I don't know what the exact software they're using, but since they have their guitar put into their computer, so Discord could handle it. Yeah, so we're both using Ableton right now. Is that right? for you?
Yes, I'm using the Ableton as well.
So Ableton
The
over there,
10.
Ableton over here, and then we are bringing Andre's audio into my Ableton, which is then going into a completely different rig, and all of the rest of it, guys. And it all gets a bit crazy at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a fun jam.
That's a fun jam. It's like a 1,000-mile jam.
Somebody saying, "Damn, this reminds me of when I used to jam with my mate. He shreds on guitar." Okay, let's read. Shredding craziness, yeah. Yes, so one thing is that I need to do, Andre, is at some point I need to get over to Indonesia. I've been meaning to get over there for probably about 4 years. I would love to visit.
You got a lot of fans here in Indonesia. I mean, totally. If you do clinics here, let's do it, man, together.
Wow.
And you gotta come to Indonesia, and the food as well, and playing gigs and food, and I'll take you
that's
to
all
the
I
best
need.
food in town.
That's all I need. Food and an amplifier, I guess. Maybe a guitar. But you know, that's one thing. Traveling with headless, it's very easy to travel. But yes, Nasi Padang
You can
is
put the
best.
gig back here, Thomas, in the like in a plane, like
It's
on a
so
plane with the
easy.
gig.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like
Like
you're
small.
traveling with a tennis racket when you travel with a headless guitar, because the bags are quite compact. So when you have it like down your backpack, the guitar, like it doesn't even come past your head. They barely can see it, so it's very easy. McRocklin have to visit in Indonesia, right?
Yeah, man.
Absolutely, and we've
After
already
the
got a
pandemic
food
done.
guide as well. Is it
Yeah.
Sablak?
Sablak is like it's like a traditional Western Japanese food,
Okay,
and you gotta
nice.
lot of great food you gotta try.
Okay,
You gotta try.
yeah.
You can do
I'm-
chili. You can do spicy, or not?
Oh, mate, yes. I absolutely.
Oh, mate.
I love spice. I like spice more than anybody, and I've got I think a pretty high tolerance. I can go crazy hot and just be, no problem. I'll take it.
Thomas, that has 1 to 60 level. If you got more than the tolerance of the level, you got a free food for you.
Oh, okay. So yeah. I mean, I don't know if the Reaper chilies. I don't know if I'd be like sitting there chowing on those. But in terms of general spicy food and spicy curry, absolutely love it. But yeah, I'm definitely like at some point I've got to get over to Indonesia. Would
Yes,
love to visit.
Yeah. So tell me about your pickups right now. Like are you using the Fishman pickups, the Fluence pickup?
Fishman Fluence, yeah. So it all started around about 2017. The very first guitar that I tried with Fishman Fluence was this red Ibanez RG6. So this guitar has the Fishman Fluence Classics in it. And this was the guitar that really got me switched on. It didn't come with Fishman's as standard, but I eventually got my guitar tech to fit the Fluence to this pickups. And then right away I was like, oh man, we've got a problem because we've got a lot of guitars and we need Fishman Fluence in all of them.
And then what happened?
And then slowly I went through my main guitars. So the next guitar that I had fitted with Fishman Fluence pickups is this Ibanez.
I saw this one.
Yeah, with
Saw
the
this
wooden
one.
scratch plate. It's got the Tosins in here. Now this guitar originally had HSH. So underneath
it's
here,
H&H.
it's still like a single
This-
coil, but the
Slot single.
that's right, yeah, but it's covered up. 5-way switch on there. Got the battery charger on this one here as well.
So basically, it's an active pickup, or like it's a passive pickup with.
It's an
with
active
preamp or
pickup, but it doesn't sound, like your traditional active. They have their very own sort of voicing. Now, I would describe personally Fishman as, even though they require power, you kind of think of them just like the best passive pickup sound that you could aim for, because they can get really, really dial right into the sort of profiles of the pickups that you couldn't do with traditional pickups. So those really, really intense, like beautiful split sounds, or the clarity.
I love this your splits, that chunkiness, that bright thingy, but
It's
not
everything,
too way like an
yeah.
active.
It's like all that detail that you get. Wow, that is the thing on the back. That was a trem system, Jack. Yeah, it's got like a trem stopper on that guitar. But yeah, it's like
I gotta try the Fishman. I gotta.
I mean, there's no other word to like describe it, because once you start using them on your main pickups, it's very, very difficult to go back. As I found,
like addicting,
you know, when I did the Kiesel deal and start using Kiesel headless guitars and other Kiesel guitars, wherever possible. We get Fishman to fly the pickups over to Kiesel, and the guitars get built with Fishman, and amazing.
Oh, my dog.
So even the dog likes Fishman fluence. It's like, yes, try them.
What do you recommend? What do you recommend me? Like,
I would say the classics is a good starting point because they're very versatile. They've got great gain sounds. They have two different profiles on those humbuckers, so you can get a sort of lower output as well as a slightly hotter sound. The splits are great. That's a set that Hutch from my band has in his guitar, and they're just fantastic. Really, really cool. And then you can see this guitar in the background here, which has some of my custom coming soon pickups, which is a really, really cool guitar. Very, very, you know, this is like the shred wave guitar, you know. It's like
this is the 80s pinnacle of color. Right?
Yeah, it's a bright one. So we've got the purple pickups in there, the battery pack.
Oh, they got pole pieces as well. They got pole pieces.
Yeah, so these ones have a little bit
poles.
more of a classic, you know, kind of vibe as well. So
I love the chunkiness of the tone, but yet still retain the woody thingy.
Yeah.
The tone.
Yeah.
I gotta,
Pink and purple. Wow, want it. Yeah.
Is that the X thing? What's it called? The model?
This is the Hyperdrive.
Hyperdrive.
Yeah, the Kiesel Hyperdrive. Yeah, it's a perfectly named guitar for that type of guitar. It's really cool. Slayer, I don't know how much it weighs, but I'm guessing around about 8 or so pounds. It's not very heavy. 8 or 9 maybe. Maybe, I'm guessing. The Kiesel you're holding
Thomas,
is my fave. Yeah, this is, you know, this
so
is...
you love using trems as well? Like,
I do, but I like more of the feeling, like I prefer playing guitars that have a trem because of that. It's like a different resistance on the string versus the hardtail. So I like having the trem on the guitar more for a feel of the strings than going crazy on the trem. And a lot of the time, you know, when I use a trem, it might be something like...
yeah, the flutter.
Yeah, I use it for like an accent as opposed to like, you know, using the trem
Diving
bar.
bomb thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I like just having that there to give those accents and just kind of, you know, just give a little bit of a different sound. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I just feel the string tension, I guess, is just better for the type of stuff that I do with the trem on. But, you know, I have some guitars that are hardtail. Like this guitar is a hardtail guitar. And
that's beautiful.
It's a really cool little guitar, yeah. But
so
with this,
what's it called?
This is a Leia, Kiesel Leia. It's a very, very small guitar, neck through. Super comfy.
Oh, it's a neck through. Whoa.
Yeah, yeah. So it's yeah. I have a few guitars with the neck through, and I mean, I like it, but I think overall, because I've grew up like playing Ibanez bolt-on necks, if I had a preference, I would say I would just stick with a bolt-on neck. I like it, you know. I mean, it looks great, and you know the access, I guess. But then this is a bolt-on neck, and I can get to the 24th fret, you know, with no issues. So it's like, I'm fine. You know, I don't really need to go crazy. And
Which one preferred, 24 frets or 22 frets?
24, every day. 22 is like, no way. I use that 24 fret so much.
I got a 24 back as a go like what I'm missing.
Yeah, is your guitar 22?
This is 22. I got this 24 fret thingy. Let me
Okay.
take it for you.
Okay, well, if Andre can make his 22 guitar
Right,
frets
this
sound
one
like that,
It's the 24 fret.
then maybe I need to check out 22.
See, this one is 24 frets, and I got
Oh, okay.
a Floyd as well, a flame maple,
Oh, nice.
and yeah.
So,
Hopefully
do
one
you,
day.
do you think 22 is like your main thing?
Right now I'm like this week I'm using 24 quite a bit, but I grew up with 22 frets.
So you kind of go back and forwards.
My first good guitar, do you know this one? You wanna see?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. This is the first good guitar that I have. I'm sorry. Okay, this
There
one.
you go.
Can you recall this?
Oh, look at that. With those shark fin inlays.
Do you remember?
It-
So this is an Saber, I think.
Was it the
do you
same? Yeah.
Yeah, it's Ivan a Saber.
Oh, wow.
And I love Frank Gambale back in the day, so I was like, okay, this Saber thing, and it's got signed by Mr. Paul Gilbert himself when he
There
was
we go.
here. See, okay, it's already
Oh, there
20
we go,
years
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's
Super
20 years
cool.
already. Yeah, this is my high school guitar.
Your high school guitar.
My high school guitar.
Cool shape. And is that like the same kind of balance as like the S-type range where it's really kind of like, it just balances really well?
It's like balanced really well, and it accompanies me every night when I go before bed to, learning alternate picking, like with the metronome. Remember that that
Yeah.
that clock thing? I don't know. It's still relevant today.
How could I forget? How could I forget? So, guys, if you have any questions for Andre, I've just caught up with the chat. Do pop them in there. We can see all of your stuff that's going on here now. So, yeah. Right. Yeah, it's an interesting one, Jack, huh? Yeah. Okay. It's a chambered guitar, no? So no chamber. No, I actually don't have any guitars that are chambered.
Do you like chamber guitars?
I think I think for the last 4 or 5 guitars that I've spec'd with Kiesel, I've meant to ask if they can chamber them, but I always forget. I was like, it's like I get so carried away. I'm like, speaking to them, and I'm like, oh, that sounds good, yeah, and yeah.
Excited, right?
Yeah, I get excited, and then I'm like, oh damn, I forgot to ask about the chambering. But one thing that I do is I ask them to pick out a really light piece of ash for the body, so they kind of weigh them and just find like a nice lighter piece, and that way it's like really nice and light. Like my main Zeus, it's super light, makes it really comfortable to play.
So most of your guitar is ash, though.
Yeah.
Is it? I love ash.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think even guitars like the Type X.
Oh, the Type X.
Like that is, I think it's ash, but with a flame maple top.
Oh, I love that like the blue, what?
Yeah, that like blue
What is called the
burst around
finish?
it.
Like blue burst around purple. Is it purple?
Yes, it's like a blue burst of a purple select drink or something. Yeah, it's got an interesting name. But that's a super, super cool guitar. But I guess my main guitar that a lot of people see me with is the Zeus.
Yeah.
This is like probably a
one.
main guitar. And it's like a poplar bill top, ash body, 5-piece neck. It's a neck, bolt-on neck, which I really, really actually like. And it's a walnut and purple heart neck.
Oh, it's a Purple Heart. Okay.
Yeah, purple heart stripes going through that. And yeah, I love this
what
guitar.
pickup is it? What Fishman fluence?
These are the Tosin Abasi
oh, the
fluence.
Tosin.
Yeah, they're a great set. Really, really great. So yeah, these. What the I guess Commando. I'm not sure what the wood is in the neck is on the Zeus acoustic is Purple Heart, but I don't know what the body is. But I guess it would be a more acoustic type of wood. Those exotic colors really suit you well. Thank you, Akai. Akal, sorry. I'm used to Akai the brand. I'm thinking, hey, Akai's here. It's Akal.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this one. This is my go-to guitar. You know, when I'm working on a track or recording something and I just want something that's gonna do the job, you know, straight away. This is what I go to. Let me plug this one in.
It's like a bread and butter. Like
Exactly.
go-to.
This is my bread and butter guitar.
I recall it's light. It's very light. Is it? It's not.
Yeah, it's like
it's like
comfortable when you put this on the
feather.
strap. It's just, yeah, it's super light, really nice, but not overly light that it feels like there's nothing to it. You know, you can move and stuff and feel like it's there. I just right away I'm
So
like,
buttery.
I love this guitar. Yeah, it's the Fish and Chips guitar. Yeah. So one question is, how many guitar you two have? So I don't know, but I have a lot of guitars, but I don't think I have an obscene amount. I don't have like hundreds or 50, 60, 70 guitars. You know, I have.
How many you got?
I'm gonna say 30, in the 30s.
Yeah.
I mean,
do I.
Yeah.
32.
Something like that, yeah. So you know, Herman Lee. I know he's big numbers, you know, and you can.
It's
they're
100,
everywhere.
like 100 Herman Lee. It's like 100, is it?
Easily, yeah, easily. Yeah, and also Michelangelo. Yeah, he has a lot, and I think that is like I don't know what I would do with that many guitars. I don't know what to do with most of these. But the thing is a lot of the guitars that I have, they are all from a certain era, you know. So I might have, you know,
moments.
yeah,
stories.
some Ibanez gems, and they were from when I was a kid to a sort of when I just hit my teens, and then I'll have some older guitars like a BC Rich and a Hamer guitar from when I was a tiny kid, and then you know some of the newer guitars like the RGs are from when I started returning back to the guitar and music industry after a long break. And now the Kiesel stuff is because I have a great relationship with Kiesel, and they always like to see my reaction out, you know, when they release a new model. I think, you know, I just get so hyped up, you know. I love the the Kiesel models. So yeah, so I wouldn't go in a store and be like, oh, there's a guitar on the wall, that's the one, I must have it. I don't really have that kind of.
We call it gas, right?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have gas, as in, you know, not that type of gas, but I probably do as well. But like, it's more for like pedals and stuff. I love pedals, but even I don't use them a lot. I just like, you know, picking them up, looking at
It's
them.
like colorful things. I got like how many? Okay, I'm gonna ask you, how many overdrive pedals you got? Be honest.
Probably, I'm gonna say 20.
Shoot, I'm number 15.
Okay,
I'm
mine was a
5 less
guess,
than you.
but I'm looking over there and there's like, overdrives is like my favorite type of pedal. What about you guys
me
in
too.
the chat? Is overdrive your type of pedal as well? Because I like overdrives. I like it. You know, that's like, you put a clean channel on in your software and you let the overdrive do the work. I like that.
This intrigues me. There's a lot of questions also on my Instagram and my YouTube. Can you combine the digital thing with the analog thing? And you just proved me right. You know, using the pedals in front of the the plugin, right?
Yeah, and right now I'm doing that. So for example, my Corey 1
Okay.
clean here,
Mm-hmm.
I have the Bogner Harlow compressor on in front. So if I turn that off, back on,
Okay. Oh, that's chewy. That's the chewy thing.
it's giving it a little bit of cheery and a bit of brightness, and you know, it's just sustained.
Yeah.
And so if we're doing tracks like, and I turn that
Love it.
off, it just doesn't come through as much.
Right.
So it really helps. And then when I go to my gain sound, I actually have a precision drive on in the front of that, so I can turn that precision drive off and get like a lower gain sound. So
Right.
so the precision drives, it's thinning out the sound, giving it a little bit more attack and a little bit of output, and that way the Granosphere kind of gets two sounds out of it. And I really like that way of working, because something on the front end really just gives those software a little bit more of a tickle
Some
again.
warmth.
Yeah. So I like that. But both very
What's your
good.
favorite? What's your current favorite, like overdrive right now? Your staple one. You.
I mean, I actually didn't like the precision drive that much when I first got it, and I think the reason is I was using it with Fractal Axe Effects at that time, and I don't think some pedals just don't work so well with modeling devices or software devices.
I see.
Yeah, and I remember like I didn't really like the precision drive that well, but now that I'm using Neural DSP stuff, their software takes pedals, I find, really well. So that's why like I like having the precision drive in front of the Granosphere, so that way I can get like, you know, that kind of bit more of a chilled out low gain. And then kick on the precision drive and then be like,
Right. To push it on.
yeah, you know, so yeah, so I like that. I think just having something on the floor just gives it a little bit of extra vibe.
With like the bite of it.
Yeah.
right?
I'm gonna make sure my computers don't go to sleep. Yeah,
So
I'm gonna put-
obviously.
yeah, that wouldn't be good. So, should we play another track idea?
let's play another track.
Let's do it.
Let's play another track to warm these things up again. How about it?
What we got and what key have we got to jam in this time?
I think this is the unpopular key in guitar. I think it's the B.
Oh, that's my favorite.
All right.
I love B.
I think. What key favor you on? It's not A, right? Or like E, right?
Everybody on my
like-
stream, on my Twitch, they know I love B minor the most. That's like, yeah.
Oh, really?
I'm fine with
Let's
B.
try. Let's play it.
Let's do it.
All right. like it, mate. I love that. I love that cloud. I love that cloud of drone.
Everything sounds fine when you put a ton of reverb on it. Am I
Do you
smelling my
like-
guitar, Harlan? Say, no, I was doing my special trem move, Harlan. I was up all night working on the trem move.
What's the trem move? Oh yeah. Man.
You know, that's it. You know, it looked, you know, it looks impressive, but it's not very difficult.
Do you love reverbs, Thomas?
I do. I like good
more to
reverbs.
do.
A lot of the time I just use the stock Ableton reverbs because I have it on so many different tones, and that way I can just use different amp blocks but change out the keep the same reverbs but change out the amp blocks. It makes it easier. So
Okay, nice.
yeah, but that was a lot of fun, man. That was a cool
That
jam.
was a lot of fun. It's a cool jam as well.
So what's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat? Let's catch up here. Guys, now's the time. If you have a question for Andre that you want answered, fire it into the chat. I'm going to catch up and see who wants to know what. Would like to know if Andre has a stream too. Do you currently stream? I know you do Instagram streams, but
Yeah, I'm starting Twitch when you introduced me to Twitch. So maybe next week I'll start streaming if you guys. We
that'd be
gotta catch up
awesome.
there.
Yeah,
That'll be awesome.
nice. So, what was that tune? Was there a name for that tune, or was it just a track that you put together for jamming? Sounded cool.
I just put it together this evening
Oh,
for
wow.
us to jam.
Well, it had me playing different types of lines that I wouldn't normally choose to play. So really, really cool. Yeah. We maybe we need to get that as a jam track for Shred Club members or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah, we'll call it the Andre Special.
Special. That's nice.
Yeah, a lot of people would check out your stream, so that is cool.
Cool.
Have you got a Twitch
So-
channel yet, or you're not at the point where you've
I
set it up?
already made a Twitch channel. Now I'm cleaning here and there, and maybe next week I'm starting my stream. Hopefully, you guys, if you catch me up on Twitch, and maybe you too, Thomas, next on my guest, that'll be cool.
Okay, cool.
That's
Well, we
lot
will
of fun
stay
streaming.
tuned for that. I've got a question for you, Andre. What is the biggest musical challenge you've had to overcome?
Oh. Playing playing for Neri Perkaso here in Jakarta with an orchestra, and I have to sight read the lines that the MD has to. That's quite
That is
hard and challenging.
Pressure.
Guitarists with sight reads, they're like, oh, that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Because there's two type of guitarists. I mean, there's guys who are like really into their theory, sight read. But a lot of those guys might not be able to construct a song or something that's got emotion and power, and it's a different type of playing, you know. And then some people,
Yeah.
they don't really have a huge amount of theory, but are amazing at like improvising and expressing themselves. So it's kind of blending those two different sides of being a musician to make something that is really, really cool. So yeah, that was a good question, Cod and Chips. That was a good one.
thanks. That's a great question.
Yeah, if you Holland or anybody else has the link to Andre's Twitch, they can go in the chat. That'd be great, so everybody can give him a follow over there. So how long have you been playing guitar? That was a question that you answered earlier, but you can we'll see if we can get that quickly.
I started playing guitar at 13 and learning formally at 14, and then starting professionally when I was in high school. And yeah, that's like 25 years ago, I think. We're
Gone
still
pro at
25
high
years
school.
young.
Pro at high school. That's the way to do it. No messing around.
That was it. Yeah, I still remember the days of the tapes and everything that you mentioned.
Share the experience playing with Glenn Fredley.
Okay, Glenn Fredly is one of the biggest singer here in Indonesia, and he just passed away. And we, me and the band was all with him since 2008, and yeah, it's quite a fun. We toured Indonesia and a couple of abroad, like Amsterdam. We were playing Amsterdam and some region in Australia, Singapore, and it's a quiet memory. And now is he's in heaven right now and staring back at us, still playing, and I love the guy.
That's
Love it.
awesome.
Miss. Hmm.
Yeah, Glenn the legend. Yeah, yeah, lots of love.
That's a love.
Okay, so your first album,
Hmm.
2014. Have I got that right? Is that when your first album dropped?
Yes, that's my first solo album, self-titled, in 2014, and I was releasing this one in 2016, and right now I'm finishing my third album as well. So yeah, it's a lot of catch up to do. A lot of catch up to do.
So what's the
Well,
writing
if
process like? How like do you tend to come up with riffs and think, okay, I'll maybe make a song over that at some point, and then like
mm,
I like to have like a lot of riffs in the back pocket, and then I don't always make full songs out of those riffs, but then something that I'm writing like a year later, I'll suddenly remember, oh, actually I had another riff and I can put that together with this riff and start to make a
mm.
song out of it. What's your typical writing process and your construction of songs and stuff?
I mean, like we're guitar players, we're riff based. I think there's a one riff that I always stuck in my head. This one that oh just that, and then I the same like you. I recorded just that riff, and keep it like for a year, and then I got another another chord that is the same vein as that, and then I reckon that the first riff that I already recorded, so I stitch it together and make one song out of it. I think you do the same like that. I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I guess I noodle around and I stumble upon, these ideas and riffs, and I'm not
Mhm.
like at the stage where I want to write a song, but I just like the sound of something. So I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, I'll kind of keep that riff to one side, or I'll record it on my phone, or make a little
Mhm.
Ableton project, and then when
Mhm.
another riff that's like similar, vein or style comes out, then I
Mhm.
can start to piece those things together. Um, so yeah, probably very similar in that regard, really.
Do you build your riffs around the grooves or just noodling around on the guitar?
I mean, I always get really inspired by great drum grooves, and I think some of my favorite riffs that I've ever composed have been inspired by great drummers.
Mhm.
But these days, because we can't really
Sorry.
have drummers in the house, it's like
Yeah.
so often my riffs now come from just practicing or playing, or a new
Mhm.
guitar tone, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool, and then I'm playing around with something, just something organically happens whilst
Mhm.
practicing. But I do, even though like I don't play with live drummers so frequently these days, I still
Mhm.
like to drop like break beats and synthwave sort of beats and just hear
Ah.
that groove, even though it's a bit more hip hop or electronic based, and then
Mhm.
kind of start getting something together over there, and
Mhm.
and letting the beat kind of determine what's going to fit with it. Yeah.
So there's a thing that I want to question you also. Do
Hmm.
you like if do you okay, I'm starting with E or I'm starting with B or just flow it by naturally. You know what I mean? Like is it just noodling around and then okay, it's G in it's like in G or it's like in the
Yeah,
key.
I mean it's weird because a lot of the stuff that I'm writing now, it's very much it's lead lines. So a lot of the
Mhm.
time, because my main band now is McRocklin and Hutch, which is the
Mhm.
electronic synthwave band, and a lot of the
Yeah.
time, Hutch will come up with a sort of synth hook or some verse for a chorus, and he's already chosen the sort of key for the song. And what's kind of cool about that is sometimes he'll choose keys like E flat, and I'm thinking, why the hell did he do that? But he's not thinking
No,
like that. He's found he's found this weird sound. He's like, oh, that's cool. I'll build something around this. He's not thinking, hey,
Right.
let's keep it in A minor, F sharp minor, and all these famous or
Right.
favorite keys. But what's kind of cool about that way of working is when I get the track idea, I'm like playing around and I'm having to kind of just go a little bit sometimes out of my comfort zone, and I really kind of like that as well. So tracks like Jugar is an E flat minor or maybe F minor.
Yeah.
Same kind of difference.
It's like E
where-
flat. I heard it.
Yeah, and I
E
think
flat. Like,
if I had wrote the track, well, the base of the track before I get involved with my guitars and the final arrangements and stuff, I would have chose E minor for sure. But it came and it's like one semitone higher.
homie chord.
Exactly, mate.
Yeah, right.
So I kind of like that. It's a fun way of working, and then but sometimes I'll write riffs and I'll send them over to Hutch, and he'll probably have like this knee-jerk reaction, like, oh, okay, like how do I play synths in B minor, like So yeah, it's interesting. But I think, I like B minor. Historically, I like F sharp minor. I like E minor. We all have our favorite,
Yeah.
home
Favorite
keys
chord.
that you were saying. Yeah.
Like homie saying. But for sure, if you want to be the guest, on solo on my new tracks, like, it'll be fun.
I'm
That'll be so
100%
awesome.
up for that. I'm up for that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read one back from Andy. Asked a good question earlier, which is a good one, and that was almost there. Where is it? Yeah, and it's an interesting one. This seems like there's a big guitar culture in Indonesia. This is by Andy Scott,
Oh,
one of our Shred Club members. Awesome guy. He's asking, seems like there's a big guitar culture in Indonesia. Why do you think that is?
well, I think first the guitar is very accessible here in Indonesia. I mean, like, we call it tongkrongan. It's like just crashing. If you put nongkrong in Wikipedia, is just doing nothing. The means in English. So basically, we're just crashing out with our mates, and talk and drink, and what else? Guitars. So that's the culture that's built, and it's having this really, really great community based around areas in Indonesia. It's very, very, well, it's like a very cult. I mean, it's, geeking out with guitars and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's very big in Indonesia. The market of the community of guitars, and the way that I see it is, I'm very happy that it's very connecting. I mean, like, I can connect with someone here in Indonesia, in Jayapura, perhaps, like, because of the guitars, and by streaming, and getting acquainted again, and having new friends with here in Indonesia. So that's really fun, and it's a growing culture here in Indonesia. I'm so love it.
That's amazing. So it's still kind of on the up, really.
Yeah, because yeah, it's I think it's the number one instrument here, and then drums, or vice versa. Like, that's the two biggest instrument here in Indonesia. Yeah.
That's
I mean,
all the more reason I need to visit.
you gotta come down and, like, do this Shred Club's live thing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That would be epic. I would love that. Cool. So, guys, I think we are going to probably give Andre some of his evening back. It's really, really, really late over there. So let's say
Oh,
we've
it's
got
okay.
a couple more minutes, 5 more minutes. If you have any final
Right.
questions that you would love to ask, I'm right up to date on the chat. Let's go as fast as we can and really power those questions in. And whilst we're waiting for the chat to catch up with those questions, thanks again, Andre, for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. absolutely phenomenal playing. Really, really tasty
Oh,
playing.
thank you so much. Humbled and honored.
A lot of the guys are saying that they're going to go listen to your music right away. So
Oh, thank you.
hopefully you've got some.
Do you dig other genres, Thomas, like country, bluegrass thingy? Like...
I love different things. You know, when I was growing up, I'd love guys like Danny Gatton, Chet Atkins.
Oh, me too.
Django Reinhardt, and
Danny
all these
Gatton,
different influences and styles. So I think shred guitar was only a very small part of my guitar influence. So yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, even like pop records and stuff like that, from a production and, you know, that sort of side of things, really like that. So
You know,
yeah.
I really love your duo thing, the McRocklin Hutch, because it's like a synth pop based thing,
Yeah.
but it's like glued with shred guitar. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but in another view, you know, like that's really cool. How
Yeah,
that came about? Like how that came about? I mean, do you
That's an
love
interesting
80s?
one, yeah. So, I mean, I've known Hutch for quite a long time. I used to master a lot of Hutch's tracks that he was releasing on different labels, because he's always, you know, done a lot of electronic music, and before that, he was actually a very, very well-known guitarist as well. Hence why you can shred so well now. So my relationship started back in, you know, maybe the mid 90s or so with Hutch, where we were actually both in the same studios at different times and crossing each other's paths. And then at some point I started mastering his tracks before they would get released. And then, so we've known each other for a long time. And then we both kind of got into like, I got into like bands like Gunship and synthwave bands, and I did a track with Gunship, and I really, really enjoyed that. And then it's like such a fun genre to sort of shred over and make songs with. So we both felt very nostalgic and, you know, enjoyed the sort of vibes of synthwave. So we've been for the last couple of years kind of morphing synthwave more into like a shred wave and getting it, you know, to have a bit more
Shred
riffs. Yeah, and putting more of our own personality into the genre. So yeah, so I think it ultimately started because we both enjoyed the genre and kind of, you know, it reminded us of the 80s and all those shred sort of players from back in the day.
Yeah.
That, you know, we both look back on with great fondness. So what track with Gunship? I played on the Arcade Champion. I think it's called the Arcade Champion or the Champion. I've totally forgot the name. The video game Champion. Yeah, somebody's asking. So the video's on YouTube, or you can check it out on Spotify. But yeah, I did all of the guitars on that track with Gunship. Yeah, Tech Noir is one of my faves. Yeah, great band, cool guys. So yeah, so maybe you can do a guest on McRocklin and Hutch, Andre. That's
that's really humbling, and
that would be a
being
deal. I'm going to
acquainted
guest on one of your tracks, and you're going to shred on some
with-
80s
Yeah, that
power.
would be a deal. 80s power. Yeah, so cool. Let's do
Awesome.
it.
All right, guys. So we've been streaming on Fishman's channels as well. So if you have tuned in late, I'm Thomas McRocklin, and this is Andre Dinuth over on over in Indonesia. And if you're tuning in late, we have had a couple of mega insane shred fest songs today that we've been playing. So do watch the video back if you are just tuning in now. But I just want to say thanks again for Andre for coming and hanging out with us.
Really fun.
It's been amazing.
Thank you for having me as well. Thank you so much.
All right. Any final
All right,
messages you
guys.
want to give out to all your new fans and also your guys that follow you, Andre?
Oh, thank you so much for the kind words and having new friends here. My name is Andre Dinuth from Indonesia, and hopefully I'm gonna stream as well for you guys to check it out, and with loving all the guitars communities and shred club as well. Thank you, Thomas McRocklin, for having me here. Also, it's really humbled and honored to do this. Yeah.
And there we go. Thank you, Andre. I will
Thank you.
turn your mic off so you can drop your mic in silence and go
All right.
go catch some sleep. Thanks again,
No,
buddy. I will speak
Thanks,
to you
everybody.
soon. Take care, buddy. Thank you. Wow, how awesome was that, guys? Damn, Josh, you just tuned in now. You missed some unbelievable shred. I couldn't believe those licks he was pulling out. Damn, I'm gonna watch that video back and cry. Unbelievable. What a player, what a cool guy. Yeah, that was a blast. We're probably gonna go head over to our Discord and talk about this for some time. So if you're new here and you haven't joined the stream before, 2 and even 3 days a week now I'm streaming on Twitch, and also Saturday nights we are now doing production and recording sessions with my band. So we're really trying to have a lot of fun on Twitch, and it's a blast. And don't forget to join the Discord. The link's below if you want to come hang out with us after the stream. It's absolutely free. Come do that. Why not? We've got some awesome channels over there, some really cool guys in the community, and it's awesome to be part of it as well. So there we go. If you're watching on my Twitch channel now, the link is right there in the chat, so click that. It's absolutely free. Come hang out with us, and that way you'll never miss a beat. Please make another collab with more Indonesian guitarists. I think so. It's like there's so many amazing Indonesian guitarists that I'm friends with on Instagram, so it would definitely be a pleasure to have more guitarists at Andre's level on the show for sure. Wow, what a blast, what a blast. And where are we at? Monday, we're just getting started with the week. Whew. Also, guys, more news on round 2 of the solo competition is about to drop. So I know I've been quiet on round 1, but fear not, round 2 it's very close, and we'll be announcing all of the details. So if you've submitted a solo entry to the competition, they've all been watched. We've got all of the details on who we would like to invite to round 2, so stay tuned for that. And also, if you don't want to miss any info about that, do take a second to head over to our Discord as well. So, guys, yeah, you know, it's funny, that question right there, or that comment, Abim, he's a very talented young man. I've seen, you know, we follow each other, and I've seen that young dude develop into a fantastic young guitar player. So maybe he could be one of the guys that we get on from Indonesia on a future stream. Yes, round 2 fight, Discord, get over here. Man. Alright guys, so you have an awesome day or evening wherever you are. I will see you over on Discord or the next stream. Take it easy, and thanks again to Andre for coming on. And don't forget, please do go stream the latest track by McRocklin Hutch. Keep it on lockdown. It's called Waiting for the Right Time. We are still sharing. Everybody that tags me on Instagram, playing it on Spotify or Apple Music. We appreciate all the streams, and I appreciate all you guys. Have an awesome day. I will see you guys very soon. All right, bye for now. Cheers.